In the Midwest region, they have come to cheer home state heroes. 1 year ago, Michigan State was denied its championship dream. But out of defeat came a bond forged among seniors Mateen Cleaves, Morris Peterson, and their Michigan-born coach Tom Izzo, who are now one win away from another Final Four. In Ames, Iowa, they have also dreamed a Midwest dream. They'll tell you of an All-American in Marcus Fizer and his brilliant supporting cast, who put Iowa State in the Elite Eight for the first time in 56 years. Who will be the second team in the Final Four? The Midwest Finals next. Coverage of the year 2000 men's NCAA championship continues now. About a half an hour's drive north of downtown Detroit, Michigan. We are at the Palace of Auburn Hills. 20,000 plus on hand, many of them, most of them wearing green and white for this much anticipated matchup between the Iowa State Cyclones and the Michigan State Spartans. Here on Thursday night, Michigan State came from 14 down in the second half to defeat Syracuse. UCLA blown out by Iowa State. The final in that one 80-56. The winner of this game gets Wisconsin in Indianapolis next week. Good afternoon, everybody. Verne Lundquist along with Bill Raftery. What an anticipated matchup we got. Give us a sense of the similarities in the two teams.
Well, the great defense. They both get after you, take you out of what you'd like to run. But Michigan State, size, depth, and experience. So this is going to be a tough game for Iowa State. They got to have poise, make sure on their penetration they find people.
We have the #1 seed against the #2 seed, and here are the starting lineups. On your left, Iowa State. Stevie Johnson, Marcus Fizer, Kantrail, Horton, Michael Nurse, and Jamaal Tinsley. And on the right, Mo Peterson, A.J. Granger, Andre Hutson, Charlie Bell, and Mateen Cleaves. Larry Eustachy. The country is getting to know this 44-year-old head coach. Now in his second season, recently voted Coach of the Year. Here's how his team got here. Connecticut State, Auburn, and UCLA. And his counterpart in his 5th season as the head coach, buried by the trees that worked for him, Tom Izzo, in his 5th season as the head coach at Michigan State. And their route thus far has taken them by Valparaiso, Utah, and Syracuse. In both of the last 2 games, they have had to come from behind. Down 3 to Utah, down 10 here to Syracuse the other night. Curtis Shaw, Frank Bissoni, and Lonnie Dixon are the officiating trio. 6th time these two teams have met.
And Verne Lundquist, Michigan State goes minute.
And quickly it's Johnson right side to Kantrail, Horton. Michael Nurse, that pass deflected, first turnover of the game. Here is Mateen Cleaves. He'll dribble, penetrate, little runner is good.
Oh my goodness. Got to stop him. He's very strong going down the lane.
And already off the mark, he was 0 for 6 in the first half in the game against Syracuse.
Big thing for Iowa State, I think, is establishing inside Fizer and, of course, the penetration of Tinsley.
Tinsley kicks it back outside this time, guarded by Mateen Cleaves. There's the long jumper taken by Tinsley.
How about him? Struggling all year for threes.
At the other end, Bell. Fizer was there, and Johnson clears for Iowa State.
Tinsley lighting it up in the tournament. Nice give up to Nurse. Great shooter.
And a nice block by Mateen Cleaves. Ball out of bounds. It will be Iowa State's. How about this start?
Well, it's a little exciting because the concern for Tom Izzo is penetration. So Mateen Cleaves starts it by controlling Tinsley at the point. If that is his matchup, they will switch back and forth. There'll be a little more zone to see if Iowa State can make shots.
Those playing in their home state, a decided advantage. And just a footnote to that, Michigan State undefeated in Michigan the last 2 years.
I thought it was a little tough with the parking guy with the green and white on.
Yeah, especially when he asked you for some green to get in.
And they get a little 3-second violation early as Johnson tries to screen for Fizer.
And the second turnover for Iowa State.
This is the end, Verne. They can turn it up a notch, Iowa State. Outstanding defense. Mismatches all over the floor. Program back doors.
Wow.
And they they write on a sheet what they're going to run out of the gate. That's the first one. Tom Izzo just pointed over the back door. They're going to run 2 back doors, the ability to step and go, and Mo P to get them on track. And they started this idea with football, Verne. Steve Mariucci and he were roommates
at
college.
Northern Michigan, and he does script the first 4 plays of the night.
And just like football, and of course, Steve likes his plays to work that well out of the gate, I'm sure, with the 49ers.
There's Kantrail Horton. Picked up on the switch by Mo Peterson. Now back to Stevie Johnson. And a foul away from the ball.
And Verne, as you look here, this is what Tom Izzo does. 2-3 back door. Next one, thumb down back door. They're going to curl around and post up. And the one they had run already was right here. So check one to see if the next one runs. This is just a little bit of his background showing. By the way, Verne used to sit in the stands and tell his schoolmates what was going to be run before the play. He knew the signals from the sideline.
Tom Izzo, who began his coaching career after he graduated from Northern Michigan at Ishpeming High School. He's a Youper. Upper Peninsula, Iron Mountain.
And look at the reaction by Granger on the exchange. Nice screen on the baseline.
Stevie Johnson back to Kantrail Horton. He's guarded by Charlie Bell. Ball on the floor. Picked up, 3rd turnover. And a foul on Kantrail Horton.
It's very tough to simulate the kind of man-to-man pressure that Michigan State can exert. They're physical, they're strong. If the officials enable you, a lot of bumps occur. They assist one another, and this is the part of the game that Tom Izzo, his guys excel at. Anything down, they expect the fumble.
And an early 2nd foul on Kantrail Horton. Now let's see what play they run. Here's Mateen Cleaves.
Goodness, they're going to say a hold on the back door. That was the 2nd one. And they like to get the over-aggressive defense to pay. And that's what Tom said in looking at tape. They're going to extend the denial. See it up in here? You can step and go. Just terrific look. And unfortunately, the grab.
Peterson for 3 on the out-of-bounds play. Here's Tinsley running. And Mateen Cleaves defending.
Great legs, great footwork.
Great job of getting back. Here's the 3-pointer for Fizer, and it's cleared by Mo Peterson. Now Cleaves, right side, Charlie Bell. 4-3 off the glass, no. Fizer clears. And Marcus Fizer, who can move the ball from the outside.
And he can handle, and he can post, and he can step out. Hutson trying to jam him in there. There's going to be a little banging going on.
Marcus Fizer got him. His first basket.
High Fizer, very difficult. Nice run out here, and the denial by Fizer.
That's off Tinsley, intended for Hutson. Michigan State will inbound.
Well, the ability to get inside, they're going to try and help on the dribble. You can see a little nylon by the big fella. But you've got to react quickly and close a trap if you double, because he can step through. Great footwork.
Larry Eustachy goes to his bench, which is not deep. Horton sits down with his 2nd foul. Brandon Hawkins, number 12, on the floor at guard. The 5 starters for Iowa State average 34 points a game.
And there's the play where they want to post up Mo P.
So that's the 3rd set play.
Good denial.
Now Tinsley. This time Bell, and Nurse is on the line. That is 4 turnovers forced by Michigan State early on.
Position, contain, keep it out front. And right now, Larry Eustachy trying to get to the timeout without some problems. His club's just a little unnerved right now, I would say. This is Alaska. This is supposed to be the Hutson play. Let's see if they go with it. Trying to post him up. A double here. He ducks in the lane, trying to establish him in a turnover before they can get it. Good play by Nurse.
Might come back and try it again.
Yeah, I would think. I mean, everything's been scripted and carried out properly. A big thing for Iowa State is composure now, because you're not going to get your quick hitter. You're going to have to reverse the ball.
Jamaal Tinsley and Mateen Cleaves. Tinsley against Watson the other night, and he won that matchup. Watson, the UCLA point guard. Here's Michael Nurse into the hands of Brandon Hawkins. A screen from Stevie Johnson. Nurse for 3. He's deadly.
He's amazing, isn't he? Doesn't need much of a role. Catches, cocks, delivers.
95 threes now for the season. That's made, not attempted.
They do a screen across and then a screen down for Bell.
Charlie Bell, pick and roll with A.J. Granger. It's rejected. twice. Get it out. Hawkins runs. Cleaves is back. Swats at it, but it's off the glass and good.
And that's their game. Turning, spinning. You can't gamble if you play Iowa State.
A 7-0 Cyclone run.
Guard around, and it comes for Bell with a double screen.
From Peterson off the mark. Hawkins looks for the outlet. And he'll kick it right side, knocked out of bounds by Charlie Bell. This has been a horrid start at the Palace at Auburn Hills.
We're tied in double overtime.
Knit 1, purl 2.
Bingo!
Mr. Barkley wins again.
These days, it's never too early to think about retirement. Maybe that's why so many people go to Schwab.com. In a few steps, you can open a Roth, a traditional IRA, or a rollover, invest in a range of funds, and plan for the future. Because retirement,
You got the upper.
comes sooner than you think.
Faster, more reliable, higher quality, more profitable. Nortel Networks is building the new high-performance internet, and it can be whatever you want it to be. So tell us, what do you want the internet to be?
Come together right now over me.
So what I'm saying is that it's a conspiracy. We have to
Saying that for years.
like government or some shadow group.
Come on, sweetheart, let's move it.
But they know what's going on out there. Okay, cool.
Thanks. Network.
Sightings in 2 weeks. Genetic.
That's what I'm talking about, buddy. Well, what have we here? Hello, darling. Want a piece of this? You want to go? All right, let's go, Chief.
For years, mid-size imports have ruled the road.
Takes all kinds.
Make room for something different.
Believe this. Are you crazy, man?
The V6L Series Performance Sedan from Saturn.
What do you want from me? Okay, that's it.
Who are you?
What's up with that guy?
Beats me.
The mid-size world may never be the same.
CBS Sports exclusive coverage of the NCAA Basketball Championship is sponsored by Dell, Charles Schwab, the Saturn L Series, and by Delta Airlines.
Well, Verne, you asked about the similarities, and I mentioned defense. Look at this. They all came together in Hawaii. They got a closeness, a bond. They started snorkeling well. They also can dribble pretty well and stay above water. Extraordinary ability with the bounce.
That was back in December. They lost to a Cincinnati team. Here's the inbound taken away. They've had problems with turnovers here. There's Mo Peterson. That's 5 turnovers in the early going. But the other statistical shock in the early going, Bill, is that Iowa State has out-rebounded Michigan State 6-1. And this is a very strong. Here's Mo Peterson off the mark. Brandon Hawkins gets it to Tinsley. He's got Stevie Johnson. Come back outside. Hawkins, Fizer, puts it on the floor. Foul call.
Now, Hutson's not as comfortable that far from the rim, and that's what Fizer does. You take away something on him, he understands the game. Puts it on the floor, explosive, and great wheels. Extraordinary ability to put him up and down with strength.
Now the freshman, Aloysius Anaganye, is going to come in. Hutson has to sit with his second personal foul, and watch the aggressiveness of Anaganye. He had 4 fouls in 4 minutes here on Thursday night. Here's Fizer on Anaganye. There's a travel.
I thought you were suggesting the refs know his number. Anaganye. He almost got one there.
6 turnovers for Iowa State.
Michigan State's been getting good opportunities. A little curl by Peterson. They've got to run their stuff and maintain composure. Big thing also, they got to get back. Iowa State likes to exploit.
Cleaves, good defense by Brandon Hawkins getting out. Now he picks up Mateen Cleaves, who dribble penetrates. And the rebound is the 7th. Here's a quick outlet pass. Right side. They'll put it back in the hands of the point guard from Brooklyn, Jamaal Tinsley.
A great matchup here, Verne. You've got a great contained guy in Cleaves. Not a good look by Tinsley. Johnson had stepped up the lane. They weren't really in their set. Of course, Brooklyn, USA, Tinsley, AAU team, and Ziggy Ziziano.
Nice try, Bill.
Well,
nice
Ziggy
try.
knows, I mean, well, I met him up at UMass. Used to bring all these young kids up, and Tinsley was telling me he was one of them back 5-7 years ago. I had dark hair then.
You disappoint me. You practiced that for half an hour. Off the mark for Peterson again. He had 5 of 9 from 3 the other night. And this foul, Anna Gagne. I'm telling you.
Good guess.
He's better than a foul a minute.
He's got that body, Verne. He just touches and you move.
Despite his proclivity to pick up fouls, he's yet to foul out of a game this year. Time has been called. Cyclones lead by 5.
Hi.
Oh, yeah, hi.
You seem a little slow there.
Well, I was stunned by your beauty. Buy you a Miller Lite, it tastes great.
Sure, but I like it because it's less filling.
Huh? Well, opposites attract. That's a good one. You want to go someplace and talk?
Yeah.
Grab a Miller Lite. It's Miller time.
Rookie.
At Morgan Stanley Dean Witter, we do not measure success by our resources, our accomplishments, or by the respect and accolades we receive from our peers. To us, there is only one true measure of success. Yours. How do you measure success? At Morgan Stanley Dean Witter, we measure success one investor at a time.
Are you a hardcore driver? Do you want a well-built car that delivers solid driving excitement? This is the Pontiac Grand Am, the only car built with solid form design. It's hard to the core. Are you a hardcore driver? Grand Am by Pontiac.
Nothing like food and water stolen from a precious little azalea.
Thanks for the meal, Red.
Ain't nobody gonna spray us now with all these delicate flowers around.
Right, Red?
Say, what's that?
Roundup. No root, no weed, no problem.
Enterprise? You rented our car from Enterprise?
Yeah.
Why Enterprise?
Because they pick us up. Free.
A free pickup? Wow. They ought to be #1.
They are #1.
Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up.
If you think Don Imus has clout, wait until you meet Tom Joyner, Leslie Stahl's second favorite disc jockey. Sunday on 60 Minutes.
Mateen back in Auburn Hills with Iowa State up 10-5. Something to watch as this game wears on. The condition of Andre Hutson's back. He's been to the doctor the last couple of days. He told me just before the game that back is only about 75%. Even though he's on the bench right now, he'll be battling inside with Fizer. As for Mateen Cleaves, he told me just before the game, his pregame speech was short and sweet. He said, guys, let's go all out and leave it on the floor. Verne, back to you.
All right, Armin. Mateen Cleaves got in his teammates' face at halftime when they were down 10 to Syracuse here on Thursday night. Said he was as profane as he has been so far this year.
Sounds like a good marriage. Hang tough and take the good with the bad. Well, they're very outspoken with one another.
The sermon worked. They came back and scored the last 17 in that victory. Now Jamaal Tinsley calls for it. Cleaves has him.
And Fizer's a guy they're going to have to get touches to. I mean, the disadvantage with Hutson out and Gagne not as comfortable. Look at how deep this one is. Ooh, a little scraper by Tinsley.
And the board goes in the hands of Iowa State. Tinsley, not that great a shooter in the regular season, but he is lighting it up from way outside in the tournament. Fizer's short. That's off Peterson and out of bounds.
And Verne, Gagne did a nice job. He forced the missed shot. There was a double cubbing by Granger, so a little adjustment by Michigan State.
A 10-1 rebounding edge. And this is the #1 rebounding team in the United States, Michigan State.
They do a great job protecting. Offensively, they're extraordinary, too. 4 guys go to the glass. A little bit of a matchup right now. He can make that.
Yep, not that time. And another rebound for Iowa State. Nurse with the dish to Fizer, puts him elbow down on his shoulder, and he's called for the offensive foul.
Well, the sad thing for a guy like Fizer, and I can relate, if you touch somebody, they're going to move 15 feet. He's got power, but one thing Granger does, he understands the game, does anything he can to help his club. He had been involved in the double earlier, that time a great read on Marcus.
Marcus Fizer picks up his first. Mike Chappelle makes his first entrance on the floor, number 20, and A.J. Granger will sit down. Michigan State, ice cold, scoreless in the last 6:02.
This little stack offense right now, using the post screens on the baseline. Automatic switch out here by Nurse. They've got guys of comparable size.
Cleaves kicks it left. Charlie Bell. Nurse has him now. Bell with a jumper for three. That ends the drought.
Charlie's pretty good with the basketball as well from his pirate. Look at the run out and catch by Fizer.
Fizer is fouled. It's going to be Gagne.
Big Al never saw the basketball. You forget with the ball the ability to leak out on the floor. I mean, it's just Marcus Fizer can run with the little people. He's got great vision and the softest hands in the world. A little powder on the end of those to kiss. He is something. Beats you in so many ways.
He plays before family and friends today. Grew up in the Detroit area, decided to leave this neighborhood because of crime problems in his neighborhood when he was 14 years old. Followed his older brother Andre south to Arcadia, Louisiana, where he stayed with his aunt and uncle, Robert and Sheila Frazier, and met Tim Floyd when he was in the 7th grade, actually through Tim Floyd's wife, Bev. Tim Floyd, then the coach at New Orleans, became the coach at Iowa State. That's the short version of how Marcus Fizer wound up in Ames, Iowa.
A nice rotation here, good exchange. They were so disciplined, they called him Sergeant Slaughter.
That was Robert
the guardian.
His guardian, absolutely.
Affectionately.
Hawkins picks up the foul. His first. Time is called, 12-8.
I'm serious. Whenever guys find out I have a cat, they freak.
You're kidding me? I love cats.
Of course, my cat's not like other cats.
Well, sure he isn't.
He gets so jealous if anyone drinks my Bud Light. Oh, anyway, help him get changed.
You're right. Stupid cats.
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down.
Oh, look at you, too.
Make it a Bud Light.
This is a celebration of performance, athletic performance, and Pontiac performance. As an official sponsor of the 2000 U.S. Olympic team, Pontiac is celebrating with the Pontiac Performance event, where you can get great lease payments, low financing, or cash back on a 2000 Grand Prix. You'll also get a chance to win a trip to see the 2000 U.S. Olympic team compete in Sydney. Just log on to Pontiac.com or call to enter, and you could be there. Hey, your opportunity to experience exciting performance is here.
My dad's had this store since I was a kid. Dad's motto was, the customer is always right. Never say no if you can help it. The problem was,
Pack of smokes?
Kids would try to buy cigarettes. You got an ID for those smokes?
Oh, come on.
It's illegal for me to sell them to anyone under 18. I have heard the lamest excuses.
Her dog ate my ID.
You did?
We need them for school science project.
They're not for us. They're for my mom outside. Mom! I look young for my age.
But that all changed a few years ago when this We Card program started. Now there's no argument. I just point to the sign.
We're committed to keeping cigarettes out of kids' hands. That's why Philip Morris is a major sponsor of the We Card program. It has educated hundreds of thousands of retailers on how to recognize fake IDs and uphold the law. And it lets kids know exactly where we and retailers across the country stand.
I'm not alone when I say no, and that's a big help.
Working to make a difference. The people of Philip Morris.
The government spent a fortune building the ultimate man.
Perfect.
Now a scientist wants to sell him off piece by piece.
Welcome to my little chop shop.
All new now and again, CBS Friday.
Get complete play-by-play coverage of all the games And the live scoreboard for the fastest coverage online. It's March Mayhem at cbs.sportsline.com or on America Online. Enter keyword CBS Sportsline. Under 12 to go first half. 12-8 Iowa State. I am shocked. The rebounding margin 12-1 Iowa State.
You're not as shocked as Tom Izzo. I mean, that's one thing they stress. Both clubs have the ability to keep you very low in your field goal percentage. Around 40% both clubs. So you're not going to get too many easy looks.
Here's Cleaves. 36 previous games played by Michigan State. One team this year out-rebounded them. Guess who? Wisconsin. Congratulations to Dick Bennett and that bunch.
What a great end of the year, huh? Stepped it up.
Chappelle got the basket on the penetration.
While they play him for the shot, he struggled with the jump shot. Once again, Fizer gets down, but the defense reacts a little too long. Mo P got back. Mo Peterson.
Tom Izzo's going to his bench. Anaganye is going to sit. A.J. Granger comes back on.
And Tom, as you know, a lot of people feel he's a special guy. I spoke to Tom Crean today, who's his assistant now up at Marquette. He said he just cares so much about the kids. It helps them grow as a person. I mean, just dedicated to each and every one of these guys. A little double pick outside.
Cleaves for Granger, guarded by Fizer. In the lane, puts it up, got it.
Well, Granger just does so many. Now he's playing big with Anaganye with 2 and Dre with 2.
A.J. Granger, one of the 3 starting seniors on this Michigan State squad. There's the double down. Marcus Fizer gets it back to Hawkins. Chappelle wants to help. Kick pass. Into the corner it goes. Kantrail Horton.
They do a great job harassing the pass to help the post people out.
Tinsley's getting a rest now. Here's Horton in the lane. Hawkins tries to go off the glass. Does. Rebound. Mo Pete for the lead. Bell. Got it.
How about that little dip under? Well, they've got the size all around the floor to not worry about a blocked shot. Now they're taking advantage. Oh, Fizer, now they get it from behind. Granger. Verne, it's probably better to get Fizer out of the box area. And the reason is they can identify Michigan State so easily. If he comes out, now it's a one-on-one situation. The double's occurring. They're forcing him to reverse the ball. They're not going to let Fizer beat them.
Foul was on Granger, his first, but that is the 5th team foul. With 10-12 to go in the first half. Tinsley sits. This is Michael Nurse, number 53.
And this is the matchup. A little bit of his zone help. Peterson always looming back there to help out Granger. Rebounding a problem in the zone.
Nurse in the corner, the switch. Horton. Ooh, a little hard.
A little Ryan Dorn. I know you don't remember him.
Oh, I do.
You're a Jim Constanti guy from way back. But once in a while when they get in the lane, the heat on the ball, it's not as catchable even when it's Fizer involved.
Ryan Duran. Wow. He could bring it, as they say, in the 90s and 2000s. Sometimes they didn't know where it was going.
They sure did. Those big, thick glasses, right?
14-12. Cleaves. Nope. Rebound, Hawkins.
Pretty ball.
Beauty from Stevie Johnson.
Oh, wow. Oh, a little lingerie on the ball fake.
Chappelle. Granger, and now Charlie Bell.
If Michigan State relaxes just a bit, don't uptick. Get your ball reversal, get your screens, they're going to get good looks. Plus, they've got the size to do some damage.
Granger, fade away, got it.
And that's the area of concern for Larry Eustachy. Fizer, not as good defensively as he has to be each trip, may relax a little bit.
Larry Eustachy's going to move to Paul Shirley. And there is another turnover.
What a steal by Cleaves. Read the post pass.
Cleaves kicks it out off the dribble for 3. Michael Nurse.
Ooh, not a good giveaway by Bell in the backcourt.
Iowa State has turned it over 11 times, and we've just played 90 seconds more than half of the first half.
And Larry unabashed there, didn't ruffle his hair. The turnovers. Larry Eustachy, what a job he's done. Amazing. Struggled last year. This year wasn't sure early what he had, but they have stepped up. Good perimeter play, and it's a lot of great defense for an undersized team.
Mateen, Cleaves sitting out. Jamaal Tinsley is back on after a rest. And Paul Shirley, 45, saw action for 4 minutes Thursday night for the first time in more than a month. Had a stress fracture, right foot, and actually more than that, it was a broken bone.
That's his game, Tinsley. I mean, he has a good understanding, loves to dominate the 3-second lane.
Tinsley with 5, 1 from three-point range, and that little floater, and we are tied at 16. Now Charlie Bell at the point. Dave Thomas is on number 11 for Tom Izzo. A.J. Granger, Chappelle, and Bell. Granger can swat.
Well, we said most improved the other night. Extraordinary from deep. That's the better part of his game, and he's shown a little post-up as well.
Granger with a season high of 19 points in that come-from-behind victory against Syracuse, and he has 7 in the early going here.
And right now, Iowa State can't get the high-low going where they lift Shirley. Tough shot. They get the foul before on Verne.
And that is the 7th team foul on Michigan State. Foul called on Charlie Bell, his second bill.
They've got some foul problems, but the ability of Granger to ball fake and jam, a little nylon, but a big fella. But he has shown so many attributes during the course of a basketball game. A lot of them on the defensive end, but just chips away with you at the offense.
Now, we told the story of Jamaal Tinsley on Thursday night. Some of you might not be familiar. Playground legend in the Rucker League, the streets of Brooklyn, New York, did not graduate from high school, took an opportunity to enroll in Mount San Jacinto Junior College in California, because one is allowed to enroll in the JC or community college system in California without the benefit of a high school diploma. He then was coached by John Chambers. He was there for 2 years. He got his Associate of Arts degree. And Larry Eustachy knew John Chambers. They had a relationship, and that's the short version of how Jamaal Tinsley wound up.
And unfortunately for him, he had a lot of caring people. I mentioned Ziggy before. A lot of individuals in the community certainly make sure kids get an opportunity. He's certainly taking advantage of it. Has that associate degree from junior college, now an opportunity to play and graduate. Nice post feed.
Andre Hutson back on the floor.
It's almost like go inside Michigan State. You can dominate. And the size differential is important. Also the ability in the lane. Hutson's a guy that can really step up his game. He's got a lot to contribute.
Here's Tinsley, guarded by Cleaves.
Oh, what a blow by.
No basket, but a foul. Michael Nurse. Charlie Bell has picked up number 3. And Jason Richardson, number 23, is on for him. Michael Nurse at the line. Nurse was the starter at point guard last year. Much more natural as a shooting guard, so he was among those who hollered for joy when Jamaal Tinsley came to Iowa State. And he's made the most of it in this, his senior season. He gets 2. And we have a 2-point game with 6 minutes and 48 seconds remaining in the first half.
Please welcome today's guest, Drew Carey.
Well, today I'm going to show everyone how to install DirecTV.
Great.
First, you take your drill, your wrench, your stud finder. This will come in handy, just in case.
Fantastic.
And chuck it out the window. Because now, not only do you get more movies and sports and stuff and digital quality picture and sound, but installation's free too. DirecTV, now with local channels. My work is done here.
Former occupation, sumo wrestler.
What's so funny?
You're just a little guy. What happened?
This
It tastes too good. I didn't know it wasn't regular cola. I don't need to see that. This is good.
Try Pepsi One. A breakthrough sweetener makes it taste more like a regular.
Have you ever thought about being a jockey? You funny lady.
Too good to be 1 calorie, but it is.
Introducing the Isuzu 10-year, 120,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. You want to drive your SUV around town all day? You're covered. You want to take it to the most treacherous backcountry you can find? Be our guest. You want to drive it off a cliff? Well, that's where the limited and limited warranty comes in. America's longest warranty. It covers most everything you do. Except, of course, the cliff thing.
I just hope it's healthy.
I hope they're playing land safely.
I don't want to go to the hospital anymore.
I wish I could get my email out here. I wish my network had more bandwidth.
I hope we get 1 million hits.
I wish they had a cure.
I wish I could have done more. I wish I had more time.
Agilent Technologies. Dreams made real.
He won his first major here. Now Tiger Woods' legendary march continues as he pursues a second green jacket. A tradition unlike any other. The Masters on CBS Sports.
6:48 to go in the first, and two things strike you about the game summary. Look at rebounds, a huge edge for Iowa State. But then the turnover problem for Iowa State has kept them from really moving out in this game. They trail by 2, and Michigan State, Bill, has now suddenly found the range offensively.
Well, I think you search as a coach and as a team. It looked like they were in a hurry early. Now they've established Hutson. What they wanted to do that early. Now they may have a plan. The inside, I think they have to take advantage of the size and also exploit with the dribble on occasion with Cleaves.
Mateen Cleaves picked up by Michael Nurse. Hutson's also out there. Here's the pick and roll. The jumper from Cleaves. Got it.
How about that off the bench? Get him going. He's got the will. And this guy carries a Valentine.
Mateen Cleaves, who came back for his senior year with the expressed purpose of cutting down the nets in the final game in the Final Four in Indianapolis. Tom Izzo told us yesterday, I am in awe of his will. Talking about his senior guard, Mateen Cleaves.
You know how easy that makes it, coaching? You're on the same wavelength. You got a connection. Down to 10 on the shot clock. Tinsley. They'll try and take Cleaves off the dribble. Travel. Now that's the strength, and that actually should have been a foul. And Mateen Cleaves, if it's not called closely, the advantage is going to be, and I don't blame Larry Eustachy. That was not a nickel dimer. The strength and great footwork of Cleaves, it duped into the foul. Adam Ballinger, a 6'9" freshman from Bluffton, Indiana, makes his first appearance in the game. Number 55, he and Shirley do battle. Shirley for Iowa State. Here's A.J. Granger off the pass from Cleaves, in and out. Fizer on the floor, picked up. And here comes Kantrail Horton for Iowa State. 5:40 first half. Tinsley. Ballinger a banger. He's got more minutes through the end of the season. How about this little kiss delivery? 6'8" power broker. Marcus Fizer gets 2. Loose ball foul. I think it might be Granger in the back. I'm not sure. This is just talent. The little kiss knockdown away from the basket. You can't identify. I think he's a much tougher out. Once down in the box, everybody in white knows where to locate him. It was Dave Thomas, Bill, who picked up the foul, so he gets a seat on the bench. Mo Peterson back on the floor, and Jamaal Tinsley at the line. In and out. Shirley with an offensive board, back to Tinsley. 4-3. Unbelievable. He loves the lights. Prime timer. 22% from 3 coming into this game. He hit 6 in the regular season. He's hit 7 in the NCAA tournament. And Cleaves throws it away. A little slippage on the pass. But anything that goes out, you're going to sag off. That's what Tom Izzo thought. If he keeps stroking nylon, they're going to have to attack, and you know what that does. All of a sudden, Fizer dominates low. 3-point shooting thus far. Tinsley and the Cyclones 3 of 7. Now he backs out, comes to Nurse. Shirley. He's going to doesn't he? He just sets it up there. The leveler. A little Brooklyn in his game, too, even though he's from Teaneck, New Jersey.
Yeah, Michael Nurse said he's not the only kid talking about Tinsley who played in Brooklyn. Actually, he spent most of his playground time in the Bronx.
The Dyke
League.
Exactly.
Family moved to New Jersey. He played high school ball in Teaneck. Fizer acknowledges the fact that he's just picked up his second foul.
And Mo P is a talented performer. He's got to use that dribble a little bit more, but you're right, on the other end, look at how wide. I mean, this is unbelievable. That's almost sideline. Nylon. And that just stretches everybody out if the two little guys start popping them.
Morris Peterson from Flint. Fifth-year senior. Going toward his degree in community relations. Matter of fact, he's spending an internship at the Parkwood branch of the Metropolitan Lansing YMCA. Part of his program for graduation as Fizer sits with two. And they know him at the YMCA as Mr. Morris.
Well, the way he plays some nights is Mr. Morris also. Asked the Carolina people early in the year if he could step his game up to that level. What magic for Tom Izzo.
Marcus Fizer chats with his coach, Larry Eustachy. Alan Gagne is going to sit down. Check the lineup now. It's Granger, Hutson. Here's Nurse.
Out of the 1-4, trying to do a little dribble drive. Johnson, another one of those guys that can bounce as the small forward.
Tinsley and Cleaves. He'll take it. This one not there in a good position. Hutson. Cleaves, right side. Jason Richardson has trouble controlling the pass. Cleaves will try him again. Spots up, takes the three.
Once again, Granger keeps it alive.
Here's Cleaves. Bumps Tinsley. Good.
Hutson, a gamble by Izzo's come up with a couple of big baskets with the two personal fouls. Without Fizer, you can see the big body not checking and pushing out of the lane. This is their spread. They like to turn and beat you down the lane. Pretty good move here because Tinsley's had problems getting into that lane.
And a foul reach-in variety is called on Michigan State.
I think it was Peterson with the help on the pinch side.
It was Peterson, his first. Sunday on 60 Minutes, if you do think, let me correct that. If you think Don Imus has clout, and we do, of course, wait until you meet Tom Joyner, Leslie Stahl's second favorite disc jockey Sunday on 60 Minutes.
And we'll certainly stay tuned after that promo.
Thank you. Stay out of the Don Imus doghouse.
It's interesting with Fizer out of the game, what a relationship Larry Eustachy has with him. He said, you know what? Coach of the year, I got Marcus Fizer. Pretty good.
Somewhere between where you are
How's babysitting, guys? We had a great time.
and where you're going. The new Volvo S40.
Maybe we should start with a dog.
Every bit of Volvo for about $23,000.
We've got a couple nice SUVs, a new convertible, some minivans. The crooks hide the cars behind boxes and smuggle them out of the country. You can be out here all day and not find one. One day we got 17. By making it hard for car thieves to do business, we're making it cheaper for you to do business with us. You're in good hands with Allstate. Mine.
Financial goals require solutions. Dreams deserve dedication. Success demands performance. If there's something you want to achieve, the principal has one word of advice. Plan ahead, get ahead. The Principal Financial Group.
I wouldn't.
What?
I just wouldn't.
Wouldn't what?
Wouldn't do what you're doing.
I'm buying a patio set. What's wrong with buying a patio set?
There are people in there, my friend. People you don't know. Some good, some not so good. You want to give them your charge card?
I'm not worried.
You're not worried?
I've got people in there, too.
Cyclones lead by 2, 3:13 to go in the first half. Tonight on CBS, catch one of the most inventive shows on television and meet the man who knows tomorrow's news today. Don't miss an all-new early edition tonight on CBS.
Verne, we got a chance to talk to Judd Heathcote for a few minutes, former head coach at Michigan State, and he had some interesting advice for Tom Izzo.
You know, he was the coach here for 17 years, coach when they won the last championship. Tom said, Coach, got any advice? He said, yeah, you know, the Fizer fellow, stop him.
Look at this duck in. Oh, he's had a great play out of the timeout. And Granger, one of the better post passers. How about Dre Hutson with the duck in?
Tied at 29 with 2:50 to go first half.
Here's the matchup.
Off the dribble, Tinsley. No. Here's Cleaves for Michigan State. Jason Richardson, the freshman. Oh, what a beautiful pass.
How about that? Now they're running the floor, getting their post duck-ins. That time it's Granger, and you're right, to the correct hand by Mateen the Dream.
Nurse, crossover dribble, back outside, Kantrail, Horton, long one, off the rim. Cleaves chases it down. Right side for Richardson. He goes inside for Hutson. It's knocked away by Shirley.
Now the difference between Cleaves and Richardson passing was right there. Richardson passed it to the incorrect hand. But here's a wonderful look. The correct hand to Granger. Then you countered that Jason Richardson, a little more inexperienced, wasn't able to get it in. But two monster post maneuvers by Michigan State.
A.J. Granger. 31-29, under 2 to go first half.
This is the area I thought Michigan State could dominate. Cleaves gets the foul and warded off. Yep. Sort of leaned in on his guy defensively. He's got strength. He doesn't have to do it.
That's the first foul on Mateen Cleaves, but Iowa State in the double bonus.
So anytime you initiate contact, that's an excellent call, too. Nurse in position, taken out of the play.
Tinsley, Johnson, Nurse, Shirley, as Fizer gets a rest. And Brandon Hawkins, nice pass. Shirley just about got it.
And the gamble by Eustachy resting Fizer because of the 2 fouls as well, Verne.
Peterson gets his second foul of the first half. Coming up on Pennzoil at the half, Greg Gumbel, Clark Kellogg, and special guest Bobby Crimmins. Talk to North Carolina head coach Bill Guthridge about the Tar Heels' surprise performance in the Elite Eight.
Did you ever notice how smart those gray-haired coaches, former coaches are?
Yes.
Some of them. I do. Present company excluded. And right here resting him and very involved. And he knows they just got to tread water right now in the next minute and a half, minute 40.
Shirley gets a couple, tied at 31. And the Iowa State fans who travel so well from Ames behind the Iowa State bench rise as one.
A little stagger screen for Chappelle. Pretty good reaction defensively. They are well schooled.
Cleaves gets the screen from Granger.
Oh, he knows when to stick it in, too. Oh, he's looking at his crowd. He's got half of the audience here. Motown. Nice slide behind by Cleaves. Look at the help.
Nurse Had problems once he got in the lane, but is tipped last by Michigan State.
And they get a break there. He was hung out to dry. Great support defensively. And here's the little duck behind, and every once in a while, he'll surprise you by taking it. And you think he's going to turn the corner and go hard.
Off the dribble, Tinsley. Back outside, Nurse. Oh, in and out, tip no good. Tinsley grabs it off of the deflection from Shirley.
What a great job Iowa State's done on the glass. Here's the match. It's a little easier to dribble drive against the match.
This time it's Nurse off the dribble. There's Granger and Chappelle. Back outside. Tinsley with the spin move. Lost it.
And that's footwork by Cleaves. I mean, he loves to dominate in that 3-second lane. Mel Tinsley. And sometimes you can get away with it, but here's one of the superior defenders. No contact. Terrific call by the officials.
Remember the mention of Judd Heathcote? The second amount of advice he gave Tom Izzo. He said, you know that spin dribble? Stop it. Tinsley with 5 turnovers. Timeout called Michigan State.
Drive the car, get the ball. Test drive a new Oldsmobile, get a $50 certificate toward the ball or any other sports gear from MVP.com. Go to Oldsmobile.com for details. Then drive the car and get the ball.
Larry Eustachy preaching to the Cyclones with some enthusiasm. His team trailing 34-31. They have not protected the ball well at all.
A very open and candid guy to spend time with, too, Larry Eustachy. Very relaxed. What a magnificent job he's done with this team this year.
Tinsley with 5 turnovers. Cleaves has caused him problems.
Well, right now, it should end up in Cleaves' hand, I would think. And then give him a little pick, let him turn the corner. Here's that staggered pick and roll up high. He doesn't want any help.
In and out. Johnson with a rebound. At the buzzer, good if it's good. Larry Eustachy furious as he heads off. He thought there should have been a foul called on the rebound. None was.
He's on fire. Whew. Well, that's what this game does to you. I think he thought there was a foul at the other end, and the rebounding, a little venting here.
He's been coaching since he was 21. He's 44. Let's go to Armin Katayan.
Thanks, Verne. Coach, if I'd have told you you'd have been out-rebounded by more than 2-1, but still up by 3 at the first half, would you believe me?
Well, you know, the rebounds, some of them, we knocked them out of bounds, and those are their rebounds by being out of bounds. So I'm not sure that it's quite as bad as it looks. But I've been, you know, disappointed that we're fouling so much. I mean, we seem to be reaching more. We've stopped their penetration decently, but we've done a poor job of fouling.
You just spoke to Mateen on the way off. What did you tell him?
Well, I'd like him to keep the ball in his hands a little more and get around those picks instead of just pulling up, because I think he can create some things for us, which we'll try to do the second half.
All right, Coach. Thank you. Verne.
All right, Armin, thank you. We have reached the end of the first half, 34-31. State leads State. Greg and Clark will be along with Bobby Cremens after this message.
CBS Sports exclusive coverage of the NCAA Basketball Championship is sponsored by Isuzu, DirecTV, Pepsi One, and by Agilent Technologies.
Hey, buddy, you looking for a job? Brother, you came to the right place. I got hot jobs, cool jobs, jobs that are absolute monsters. Just go and take your pick. You got me? Come on, right this way.
Tired of internet job sites that lead you nowhere? Log on to kforce.com with over 2,000 recruiting specialists whose only job is to get you the job. kforce.com. Opportunity has a new address.
Flip mode 1, 2. I know you feeling this too. When I say what you gonna do, you tell me do.
it. From the front to the rear. Wanna see you put your hands in the air. Don't be your mouth and you right over here. The taste sensation.
That's what I call crowd control.
World domination on every TV and radio station.
Doing more, performing at my best, uses up nutrients.
New Centrum Performance helps replace them with more key B vitamins plus ginseng and ginkgo.
It helps energize my mind and body. Life's demanding, but I thrive on it.
Centrum Performance. Life demands it.
Nothing like food and water stolen from a precious little azalea.
Thanks for the meal, Red.
Ain't nobody gonna spray us now with all these delicate flowers around.
Right, Red?
Say, what's that?
Roundup. No root, no weed, no problem.
I overheard you at that cocktail party last week. The Zipgen stock. I bought a ton online.
Good. For they are the only firm able to meet the stringent demands of the Martians. From Vector Nebula.
Hi, everyone. I'm Greg Gumbel. Coming up on Pennzoil at the half, we'll look at the Wisconsin victory over Purdue, and we'll talk with North Carolina coach Bill Guthridge after this message and a word from your local station.
Mud-free mud flaps. Bug-free grills. Some people treat SUVs like they're cars. At Isuzu, we don't build SUVs that get mistaken for cars. That's why we're not afraid to back them with America's longest warranty. Because we know it's more fun getting dirty than getting clean.
Monitor the madness with Game Center. Get play-by-play, links to stats, player pages, and tournament live. It's a fingertip frenzy. CBS Sports Line, when you've got to know more.
The address is CBS.
It's the Stivers Scoreboard Show with Don and Johnny.
Woo-wee, Don. I've heard that Stivers has a winning lineup this season.
That's right, Coach. Stivers has it all this season. An unbelievable inventory of new Lincolns and Mercury's in stock to choose from.
Can we expect any new plays?
You bet. Award-winning service plus complete parts and body shop departments at both Stivers locations give us a whole new offense.
What about price sells cars?
Johnny, that's always the winning play for Stivers customers.
Leaders acknowledge the leader, Holmes Murphy.
As controller of a rapidly growing company, I was challenged to consolidate many risk management programs. I moved them all to Holmes Murphy. Their hands-on approach to our insurance needs is unparalleled. McLeod USA has a strong relationship with Holmes Murphy based on good communication. And in our business, that's everything.
We're honored to serve so many of the industry leaders, and we're flattered that they acknowledge Holmes Murphy as the insurance leader.
The people at FMC claim that New Aim herbicide is tough, but are you tough enough to last?
through this emotionally wrenching tearjerker? Let's see.
He's alive. I found him down by the crossroads.
New Aim targets the 6 toughest weeds in corn for about $2.50 an acre.
Okay. The truck, it didn't hurt him that bad.
I bet you don't even cry when weeds die.
That's what we mean by tough.
You're unbelievable.
CBS Sports presents Pennzoil at the Half, sponsored by Pennzoil, specially formulated for today's stop-and-go driving. Stop, go, Pennzoil.
Hi again, everyone, and welcome to Pennzoil at the half. Our score at halftime in Auburn Hills, the Michigan State Spartans with a 3-point lead, 34-31 on Iowa State. I'm Greg Gumbel in New York, along with Clark Kellogg and Coach Bobby Crimmins. A lot of strange numbers in the first half, not the least of which Michigan State leading 16-6 points in the paint. You say there's a reason for that.
I believe Coach Izzo has made a defensive adjustment. I believe he has a collapse in defense, which takes away Tinsley's penetration, and they're double-teaming, collapsing on Fizer. Fizer, 6 points. Tinsley, no assists. Iowa State's got to make some jumpers to take him out of that defense.
Clark.
I think the key for Iowa State, if you're Michigan State, you've got to feel good. You've taken away the two primary objectives. You've accomplished that with the penetration and Fizer. Foul trouble kept him off the floor. I think Fizer has to be more of a big-time presence in the second half for Iowa State to have a chance. Even though they trail just by 3, you get the feeling that Michigan State has good control of this game.
All right, Clark, Bobby, one team has already punched its ticket to the Final Four in Indianapolis. Earlier today here on CBS, you watched Wisconsin knock off Purdue 64-60. Take a look at the Badgers. Duane with a nice feed to Andy Kowski. Sends it home. The Badgers led by 3. Let's go to the hop.
Purdue and the Boilermakers going to get their last lead here. Cardinal going to get 2 of his second half 13 points. 50-49 Boilermakers.
Watch Kowski take the nice feed from John Bryant. Nice move inside for the score. The Badgers on top by 2. They won it by 4. Coach Dick Bennett after the game.
I feel indescribably happy, but there's a big part of what's inside of me that feels for Coach Katie, and they have my undying respect.
Well, we just try to play great basketball, and if that gets you to the Final Four, great. If not, you know, you move on. You know how hard it is. If that bothers a coach, he probably ought to get out of it, because there's only 4 going out of 315.
How about that University of Wisconsin? They win the Rose Bowl. They lay claim to the Heisman Trophy winner. Their hockey team has a chance to go to the Final Four, and now their basketball team is on their way to Indianapolis. A reminder, tomorrow we're back on the road to the Final Four show at 2 Eastern, followed by the South Regional Final between North Carolina and Tulsa. That tips at 2:40 Eastern time. Then it's the East Regional Final between Florida and Oklahoma State. The tip time there is 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 on the West Coast. Earlier today, we spoke with North Carolina head coach Bill Guthridge and asked him how he coped with all of the criticism the Tar Heels endured during the regular season.
Well, I don't get on the internet, and I don't listen to talk shows. I know there's, of course, tremendous interest in Carolina basketball, and I know there are people out there that have their opinions when there's that interest. But I liked our team all year long. They've been resilient, and they've just bounced back time and time again, and had a great attitude and kept me up, and we've just tried to keep working and find the right combination, and I'm really happy and of them and proud for our team that they've accomplished what they've accomplished so far.
You lose 4 of your last 6 games heading into the tournament. Were you still as confident of this team?
Yes, I was confident because I thought we were improving, and I thought in the ACC tournament against a very good Wake Forest team, we played especially good defense. And we just tried to build on that coming into the tournament.
Coach Guthridge, what has been the anchor of the positive momentum that you guys have enjoyed as you've come into the tournament and worked your way to this point?
Well, Ed Coda's had a typical Ed Coda time here. He's been great, and Brendan Haywood inside has been dominant. I thought when we lost him last night that we were really going to be in trouble, but Jason Capel and Joseph Forte came through, and Julius Peppers and Chris Lang. But Ed Coda has been the heart of our team.
Let's look ahead to the matchup with Tulsa. You've just talked about your personnel. What concerns you about Tulsa's team?
Well, they're very quick, and Coley reminds me so much of George Lynch. He's all over the place. You think you know where he is, and all of a sudden he's showing up intercepting it. He holds all those records for interceptions, and but they're so balanced. 6 players in double figures, very well coached, very athletic. They're going to present a lot of problems to us.
North Carolina will be in the spotlight tomorrow, but there's still business to tend to this evening. Thanks for watching Pennzoil at the Half. Will it be Michigan State or Iowa State going to the Final Four? 20 minutes of basketball will tell us. We'll send you back to Auburn Hills for the second half right after this.
Pennzoil at the Half has been sponsored by Pennzoil, specially formulated for today's stop-and-go driving. Stop, go, Pennzoil.
We are go for launch.
Thrusters engaged.
Want to be an astronaut? Enter the Pennzoil Synthetic Mission to Mars sweepstakes. Buy 6 quarts of Pennzoil Synthetic with Penzane, then mail in for tickets to see Touchstone Pictures' Mission to Mars. And you're automatically entered to win a grand prize trip to outer space.
Appears to be a geological anomaly. Ho!
Honey, I need to get in there.
Access denied.
Enter the Mission to Mars sweepstakes from Pennzoil Synthetic. It's rocket science for your car.
Open the
box and push the button.
What if you're wrong?
We have no option.
Do you realize?
I am ordering you to push that button, mister.
We cannot do this.
Speak for yourself.
Mercedes-Benz Client Assistance Center.
Hi, we need some directions.
No problem.
Now the Mercedes C-Class comes with TeleAid, a direct link to help, as well as regular scheduled maintenance and lots of other stress-reducing features.
Who's your friend, Mark?
He's a venture capitalist.
Oh, you still trying to trademark the .com?
Okay, if I can get just a little investment from you, this is a go. I'll take that as a yes. Mom, I gotta send an email here. I need an upgrade.
You need a data port.
That's, yes.
What's this look like, sweetie? A Holiday Inn?
Data ports, meeting rooms, business services. Holiday Inn gives you more, and more is better.
I see a little silhouette of a kind. Mountain Dew, time to do the slam dunk go. Citrus taste and quenching, very, very exciting me. Fantastico, 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 Figaro. Here we go.
Sunday, April 9th, on this very stage, the lights will go on, and America will witness an unprecedented live television event. Fail-safe. Richard Dreyfuss, Brian Dennehy, Harvey Keitel, Noah Wiley, and George Clooney. CBS presents the most powerful movie of the year. Fail-safe, a live television event. CBS Sunday, April 9th.
Halftime in our coverage of the men's NCAA tournament.
See the USA in your Chevrolet. America's the greatest land of all.
Introducing Chevy Impala. Designed, engineered, and built to be the most carefree car on the road.
See the
Let's go for a drive. Impala. We'll be there.
The Late Late Show with Craig Kilborn, weeknights after Dave, only on CBS.
All across the country, winter is finally turning to spring. And now, with the National Jeep Spring Event, you can explore all of the season's surprises. Change your whole perspective with an incredible $359 a month lease on Grand Cherokee Laredo. And climb to new heights with exceptional capability, luxury, and style. The world looks different from behind the wheel of a legendary 4x4. So get to your dealer today before this event takes off for the season. Check it out at your Jeep dealer.
Someday, a health plan will care as much about your rights as its bottom line and defend your right to know, your right to choose, your right to be involved in your health care. When it comes to health improvement,
you just can't beat the blues.
It's the longest-lasting full-size pickup with overall the most powerful line of engines. And now that the 2001 model is available with a higher output 5.9-liter Cummins diesel, you know this truck is really going to clean up. Dodge Ram, now with a $1,000 cash allowance on 2000 models.
CBS Sports exclusive coverage of the NCAA Basketball Championship is sponsored by the Impala by Chevrolet, Microsoft, NASDAQ, and by Bud Light.
34-31, Michigan State leads Iowa State. Verne, Lundquist, Bill Raftery. Some very surprising things statistically in that first half.
Well, the rebounding, I mean, devastating. Then the turnover, Iowa State with turnovers helps them, and rebound. Michigan State has to get after the basketball. The one thing I think both coaches, you rest Fizer. No, he's got two. He can play hard. I think Michigan State's found out if they go inside low, they can do some damage.
Cleaves guarded by Nurse as we open the second 20 minutes. Winner gets Wisconsin in Indianapolis next Saturday.
And they try to establish against Fizer. They want Hutson to take advantage.
Off the rim, into the hands of Kantrail Horton. No numbers.
The only thing wrong, the fadeaway. You got to go at the big guy.
Now Fizer, who was limited to 5 shots in the first half, the All-American. Here's Horton. Kicks it back outside to Fizer. There's the screen set by Stevie Johnson. Spin move in the lane. Got it.
Not too bad. Horton able to turn the corner. Great with the bounce. And look at the mismatch inside with Granger. They don't take advantage. Here he comes.
Peterson off the dribble. In and out. Rebound Tinsley. Alley-oop, Stevie Johnson. Loose ball picked up by Charlie Bell.
Need better judgment.
And the 14th Iowa State turnover of the ball game. That equals their season average. Cleaves passes on the jump shot. Bell takes it. And another Iowa State rebound.
You can't beat the set, though. Got a great look. And another tough pass by Tinsley. They're lucky to get this back. You got to value the ball medal. You mentioned the ability to screen, and look at the drop step. And I just thought here, Hudson's so involved with Fizer, he couldn't get over to block the shot.
Now Tinsley with the inbound. They'll come outside to Michael Nurse.
Now, this is the only place he's been able to get some touches. Look at the mismatch there, but it's the matchup zone.
Tinsley for 3. That is his third three-pointer in this ball game.
He loves the lights. Well, they're taking the lane away from him, so he's supplying some deep stuff.
22% from three-point range in the regular season. And a foul is called on Tinsley as he fouls Mo Peterson. His first.
Now, you would think that he would be able, Mo P, to do some damage, but right here, Granger in the matchup zone just doesn't have the puppies quick enough to get out and cover.
Backcourt scoring, huge edge. But in the lane, here's Michigan State.
How much power does Cleaves have, Verne? I mean, once he gets under full tilt, I mean, there's no deterring, and they get Big Al.
Allegagne doesn't take long, does it, Bill?
It really doesn't. I mean, they almost have the number. When in doubt, get Big Al. We mentioned the other day, Tom Izzo put together a little tape, and look at this power. Speaking of Big Al with power, Cleaves with power, trying to explain to Allegagne, these are fouls. You can't do it and stay on the floor. That's a natural body. Wait till he starts the weights, huh? Wait till he grows up.
That might be soon with Izzo in his ear the way he is right now.
And Tom's got a passion. They really respond to him. They know the care and concern he has for them.
Tied at 36, Tinsley and Morris Peterson. Kantrail Horton. Another Iowa State turnover.
You know, size plays such a part, Verne. Even on harassing the pass, you don't get good vision. Bell bigger than Horton doesn't make the good entry.
15-4. Michigan State, just to emphasize that number, had only 2 turnovers in the second half of their win the other night. But the rebounding surge continues for Iowa State. Nurse off the dribble. No good. Here comes Michigan State running. Cleaves stripped from behind Tinsley.
That's one of those plays. They give it a charge on Cleaves. Tinsley with a great strip. And they get the charge at the end. Mateen not under full control, and a pretty good call, Verne, when you think of Tinsley clean. But that's, you think Tom Izzo got the message to Mateen. Turn the corner and try and dominate. He's been very aggressive early here.
Second foul on Mateen Cleaves. Tinsley. Into the corner.
Oh, nice play, and it should stay the same way. Granger got sort of duped into chasing the basketball. Johnson with a great play, Verne.
Stevie Johnson, the 6'4 senior, made the play.
He does a lot of the little things much like Granger. You know, rebounds, plays bigger, screens, little hustle there.
Back outside. Put it on the floor. Crossover dribble. Kantrail, Horton.
Pretty good play by Charlie Bell. I mean, they pinched the basketball defensively extremely well, Michigan State.
Entry pass. Hutson in the lane over Fizer.
Loves the left hook coming from that right box. And that's establishing a presence. And that time, no fadeaway, Verne. Tom Izzo gets him to respond the proper way. Go at the big guy. See if he can get a foul or at least to the free throw line.
Andre Hutson, the last 2 games, has been a force offensively. Really got aggressive in the victory over Syracuse the other night. And he actually got in Tom Izzo's face in their second-round match against Utah. Izzo said he loved it.
Well, you know, you think of Al McGuire in his heyday. I mean, Al wanted responses from players, and down in the lane, they get a little banging going on. Fizer and Hutson. Give it to Hutson.
That's 3 on Andre Hutson. We have played 4 minutes and 2 seconds in the second half. Watch Andre Hutson's aggressive move over Fizer.
You shouldn't have to worry about your website. Microsoft Windows 2000 was built for total reliability. The business internet starts with Microsoft.
Hey, grab me a Bud Light.
Oh, no! Would you look at that? There's only one left.
Really?
Sorry, buddy.
What are you doing?
Y'all done?
Oh, yeah.
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down.
I've got an idea.
Make it a Bud Light.
You want to be out in this?
Somebody is.
What happened?
I need your help. I'm off the road.
Chevy Silverado, with the most powerful V8 of any competitive 4x4 pickup. The 300-horsepower Silverado. The truck from Chevy.
I gotta get me one of those.
A company most people never heard of is changing the way we fight cancer and kidney failure by inducing the body to produce blood cells. Chemotherapy and anemia patients are gaining new strength. Helping to grow blood cells helped Amgen become the world's largest biotech company. Where do you find companies with such pioneering spirit? Exactly. NASDAQ, stock market for the digital world.
When you mentor a child, you don't have to be perfect. You just have to be yourself. Do good. Call 1-877-BE-A-MENTOR.
Hi, Armin Katayan back in Auburn Hills with Michigan State with a slight 38-36 edge. Larry Eustachy told me at halftime, Michigan State is the toughest team we've had to play this year, guarding them wise. He also said the reason we've had so many turnovers, we just can't run our offense effectively. And then when Tom Izzo came by, he grabbed me. He said, you know, Armin, the reason we got out-rebounded 2-1 was they put so many guys on my bench. In reference to the fact that Michigan State had 12 fouls in the first half, Iowa State just 6. Verne?
All right, Armin, 15:58 to go in this one, and Tinsley will inbound now for Iowa State.
And Armin and Verne as well, the ability to dribble, that's what he recruits, Larry Eustachy. Guys that when the offense doesn't work, you beat with the dribble. Well, counter that, Michigan State's playing that dribble drive beautifully.
Now Nurse. Michigan State in the zone. Nope.
Yeah, a little matchup. Yep. They're exchanging people. This guy you got to identify. Nurse is a terrific deep shooter.
Rebound Andre Hutson, who stays on the floor with 3 fouls. 15:40 to go in regulation. Winner goes to Indianapolis and takes on Wisconsin.
Well, they need Mo P involved a little bit more. And he just hasn't again. Now they're going to go deep. That's the hook. Likes the hook from here. Now go fade away. All right. I'm sure Tom will take it. I'm sure Fizer's saying, well, you can have that one.
Andre Hutson is 5 of 6 from the field. 10 points.
Now, Ken, they should go at Hutson with Fizer, because if Hudson's out of the game, it's a different offense right now for Michigan State.
Fizer pops out, top of the key, and he'll try and take Hutson off the dribble. Kicks it outside to Nurse. Pretty good answer.
And what a wonderful dribble drive to set up the kick. The pinch had to occur. Nurse wide open.
Michael Nurse with his third three-pointer, foul away from the ball.
Tinsley down there. Just a tough matchup for Mo Peterson. Now, how about this? The defense, Charlie Bell tries to help what you're taught and just can't react because Fizer's such a load. Go to the 10.
Both teams go to their bench. A.J. Granger back on the floor now for Tom Izzo in Michigan State. And Paul Shirley, the junior from Meriden, Kansas, is on the floor for Iowa State. Inbound pass, Mike Chappelle, who's also here, number 20. Shirley guards Granger.
And right now, Peterson's got Fizer. He should come away from the rim. Take Fizer away and beat him with that. They're going to go inside with him.
Up and under. Shirley, Granger. Tinsley has it for Iowa State. Kicks it back outside. Nurse for three. Shirley, offensive board. Passes on the shot. Up and under, off the glass, no. And another hustle rebound.
What a wow! Bad foot and all. He was a factor 2 days ago. Again, terrific response around the goal.
First team academic, all Big 12. Paul Shirley, mechanical engineering.
The only time they're tough is in the timeout. Oh, what a blessing for Larry Eustachy to get the big fella back. I mean, the first one he knew he wasn't getting, but how about the gather? His aggressive play, little nice kiss delivery at the end, but able to take the hit. And Granger with nice body work, kept himself tall. Mo Peterson down there to assist. They're really struggling on the glass, aren't they, Michigan State?
Yes, indeed. Paul Shirley picks up the foul, and we've got an elbow thrown.
I think it was Shirley, but
Shirley and Anaganye.
It's the first one Al got going his way.
And a quick 2 fouls on Paul Shirley. 4 team fouls on Iowa State.
Well, you can see the tape work. They just took away that double screen for Peterson. Paused the timeout. Are they going to say a
5-second violation?
Wow.
Tried to call the time. It was too late. That just the 6th turnover for Michigan State. Cyclones lead the Spartans by 1.
Nice little duck in. Shirley couldn't have big Al. Nice job rooting him out.
Fizer, guarded by Granger, establishes low post position. Here comes the double from Anaganye. Clean block from Morris Peterson.
Wonderful. A little high-low, the dive to the 10 by Shirley, negated by a great individual effort.
Granger knocks Fizer backwards and misses with an air ball. Out of bounds. Spartan basketball.
Or the level of involvement, the intensity, getting a little deeper right now. Just sensational reactions. Tom signaling the 4 across. They had trouble getting the last one in.
Granger for 3. Kantrail Horton with a rebound.
And look at this lob to the box.
Fizer got it.
Boy, he just nails you with the derriere. Painful. Tinsley again with the small change. Unnecessary. But this big fella, the strength to discard and now initiate the contact. He can move nations with that backside.
Tinsley picks up his 3rd foul. He has to go to the bench. Brandon Hawkins, the freshman from Fontana, California, takes his spot. Cleaves quickly. Fizer rebound. and a 28-13 rebounding edge for Iowa State. Gagne guarding Fizer now.
And just ducking in on the bye. Look at Granger sniffing around the help.
Right, he sure is. Drops off Shirley. Now Shirley in the low box.
You see how they lift now? Going to try and get Shirley to duck in.
Fizer for three.
Wow. What a mismatch that far from the goal. And Gagne, very uncomfortable. Disarmed that deep. They took advantage. This is what Cleaves likes to do the damage. Nice drive draw, but they're not kicking or making them.
Another big rebound from Paul Shirley. Here come the Cyclones on a 10-0 run. Up by 6 as we hit 12 minutes.
And Marcus Fizer really drawing deep breaths. He is tired, reaching back right now.
Anna Gagne. Four fouls on Aloysius Gagne.
Well, Big Al having his problems, but you got a guy like Fizer. He says, give me your bigs. I'll bring them away from the rim. The smalls, I'll bring inside. Knock it down, big fella. Nylon.
Ladies and gentlemen, Metro Airways 56. Trans-Europe Express. Frankfurt, Rome. Airlines Flight 755.
Welcome aboard Flight 211 to Cleveland with continuing service to Helsinki, on our way to Cairo, across to Beijing, looping around Kuala Lumpur, and back to Cleveland. Our estimated flying time is 2 weeks, 7 hours, and 12 minutes.
Can't do it in life? Do it on the web with the power of the Pentium 3 processor, and find out how to get even more from the Pentium 3 processor at Intel.com.
How far do you have to go to be the best on Earth? A long, long way. Introducing an all-new ATV with Honda's legendary reliability. Available with push-button shifting and four-wheel drive. The new Honda Rancher for the ranch we call Earth.
Imagine you're an FBI agent undercover in the mob. Now, one mistake, one wrong move, and the next moment could be your last. Falcone, an extraordinary television event, begins April 4th on CBS.
CBS Sports exclusive coverage of the NCAA Basketball Championship is sponsored by 1-800-COLLECT. Honda Motorcycles, the Intel Pentium 3 processor, and by Morgan Stanley Dean Witter.
10-0 Iowa State run has given them a 6-point lead with 11:50 to go. Let's bring you up to date on this amazing NCAA tournament. Only one #1 seed in the Elite Eight, and they trail by 6 right now. Wisconsin's in the Final Four for the first time since I was in diapers. And it's the most losses ever by a Final Four team. Iowa State is trying to get into the Final Four since the first time since Bill was in diapers. 1944.
Respecting my age. And right now the big fella.
Fizer got it.
He's got a runner. He's got a low. He's got a deep. You name it. And right now it's Mateen Cleaves time. The mental toughness has to exhibit itself right now, Verne.
Largest lead of the ball game. 8 points for the Cyclones. Fizer out on Granger. Back it comes to Cleaves. Kicks it outside. Offensive foul.
He was a little out of control, and part of it, I think, was the defensive play by Michael Nurse. Got him to run, and then the kick didn't jump stop, and that's the problem. Right now, Larry Eustachy, defensively, they're stepping up. They're gathering as the dribble drive turns the corner.
Charlie Bell gets a rest, joins Tom Izzo. Mo Peterson is back on the floor. Mateen Cleaves has picked up his third.
And what they like to do is spread the floor in a four-corner, Verne. I don't think they're doing it right now, but they've got perimeter people who can drive. They're still in their set.
Marcus Fizer, 13 points. By Hutson, off the glass, got the roll, no. And a rebounding foul is going to be called on Iowa State.
I don't know if it was Shirley again. He got 3 quickies. Pretty move by the big guy again. Just couldn't get it to go down.
16 fouls on Iowa State. Michigan State with 5. Cleaves and Granger. Mo Peterson. Hutson.
First duck-in they've had. What a job. Now that's what they've got to do. Run their sets, and that's Shirley's 4th, I believe, right? Wow. You can see the problem that Michigan State is having. They're trying to go for it early. If they could just run their sets, occasionally reverse it, I think they can get the ball where they want. And that time, Andre Hutson just reacts beautiful with the duck-in.
4th foul on Shirley. Shoots one more. Shirley will rest Stevie Johnson on the floor for Paul Shirley.
He's made them a little deeper with Rancik coming in. I mean, we know their guard rotation with Hawkins, but all of a sudden he's just a little bit deeper.
Two free throws from Hutson stops a 4-minute scoreless drought for Michigan State. 48-42, Hawkins.
They're going for the big guy with Hutson down there. Granger doing a nice job. See if they double, Verne.
Yes, they do. Loose ball, chased down by Brandon Hawkins.
Speed to the pit.
Hawkins comes back outside. Jamaal Tinsley has been on the bench for 3 minutes now with 3 fouls.
3 guys sniffing around down there with Cleaves.
Into the corner. Back outside. 6 on the shot clock. Way outside. Rebound, Mo Pete.
And look at the defensive balance, the red shirts.
Fizer battles Andre Hutson.
Ooh, nice little play by Hutson. Oh, my goodness. Fizer tried to get the officials' attention with a Brett ball. He's too big to induce that kind of thinking. Well, you need guys to step up. Tom Izzo loves guys that play a lot of sports. This is a high school cornerback with the discard and the ability to finish. He likes that turnaround to the left with the hook. And there's probably the best cheerleader in the country for the first month of the season in December, Mateen Cleaves, and now providing that lift on the floor.
You wanted aggression?
Oh. Well, now, you know, Fizer not getting a blow. Fatigue becomes important, I think, and they should just go to him with Hutson on because Hutson's a factor at the other end, Verne.
5 unanswered by Michigan State. Horton, quick move in the lane.
I think they got Richardson way outside. Jason with the hand check. I'm not sure.
No basket. Richardson is called for the foul. Sunday, April 9th on CBS. Richard Dreyfuss, Brian Dennehy, Harvey Keitel, Noah Wiley, and George Clooney star in an unprecedented live television event. Fail safe Sunday, April 9th on CBS. Cyclones by 3.
Oh boy, a great trap because he can't step through Fizer.
A steal by Cleaves. 2-on-2. Jumper. Another rebound for Iowa State.
And Johnson hustled back. Now Granger inside, maybe not as good with the footwork. Physically, Fizer more imposing.
Tinsley back on the floor.
That was a settle. Little quick. Use number 5. You gotta love him if he's on your side. Fizer.
Now the pass inside to Granger, who's guarded by Stevie Johnson.
Brady Curl. Oh my goodness, Hutson.
Hutson misses from point-blank range.
Andre too deep.
Fizer. Kantrail Horton says, let's settle it down.
Now that last trip showed a lot of fatigue by Iowa State. They didn't handle the offensive set by Michigan State.
Very short bench. Fizer. Nope.
Settling now, that's 2 jumpers. And I just think Michigan State, if they run a little action, reverse it, they may get an easier shot. Don't settle quickly. There's the back cut. There's the loop they got for Hutson on the other side.
And a foul away from the ball in the lane. I believe they got Michael Nurse. His second.
You run a great play. Here's the dive to the goal. It just maybe caught too far underneath Verne. And obviously, when you got Marcus Fizer looming, you get a little concerned.
Iowa State has called a timeout. This is a 32nd timeout.
Who's your friend, Mark?
He's a venture capitalist.
Oh, you still trying to trademark the .com?
Okay, if I can get just a little investment from you, this is a go. I'll take that as a yes. Mom, I gotta send an email here. I need an upgrade.
You need a data port.
That's yes.
What's this look like, sweetie? A Holiday Inn?
Data ports, meeting rooms, business services. Holiday Inn gives you more, and more is better.
Larry Eustachy calls one of his 32nd timeouts, and he will get a full television timeout coming up shortly. He was telling us that fatigue has not been a problem for Iowa State because of the length of the television timeouts.
Well, it's easy for him to say.
Yeah.
Now, I agree with him, but they didn't sit down. Fizer stayed up, but they get that TV timeout the next stoppage, and he'll get that 2:30 to relax, and he's taking advantage of it. You want that star-studded performer on the floor.
Larry Eustachy said he doesn't have enough to say during the full television timeout, so he stays away from the huddle. Dives in with about 40 seconds to go. Granger at the line. Shoots another. Iowa State very aggressive normally. They get to the line a lot. They average making 18 out of 24 per game. They've held their opponents to an average of 10 of 13, but Michigan State has been perfect at the line tonight. And they have closed to within 1 with 7:52 to go in the game.
Cute. And you are?
I'm the man of your dreams.
Well, that's highly unlikely.
What if I said I could help you make that collect call cheap and easy? Just use 1-800-COLLECT. It's cheap, it's easy. The cheap part is you save a buck or two. The easy part is
1-800-COLLECT, as in collect calls. Now that's easy to remember.
Go ahead, heartbreaker. Dial like a man. Did I mention I'm cheap and easy too?
No. Your history.
1-800-COLLECT. Save a buck or two.
Meet Martin Licious, Storm Chaser. Some head for the basement. He heads for a Chevy S10. It's got advantages over Ford Ranger, like better fuel economy, a bigger bed, and standard four-wheel anti-lock brakes on every model. Because if you want to outrun Mother Nature, you need every advantage you can get. Chevy S10, like a rock.
That has always valued the individual above all else, comes the most individual way yet of achieving success. Presenting iChoice from Morgan Stanley Dean Witter. A whole new level of personal service that lets you achieve your success your way. How do you measure success? At Morgan Stanley Dean Witter, we measure success one investor at a time.
Well, as you look at the game summary, this enormous rebounding edge for Iowa State, countered by the turnovers. They've got 16-7. We've got 7:52 to go, Bill. We've got an Iowa State team. They've never been this deep in the tournament. Michigan State trying to get back to the Final Four for the second time in as many years. How does that experience play now toward the finish?
Well, in the summer, you can't tabulate the toughness, the tough-mindedness of a Michigan State. They have a lot of guys who've been there. They understand how to hang tough, and right now they've taken a nice little run and not a good one there. A little nickel-dimer by Mateen, and that's number 4. Oh, my goodness. Not a good one after the timeout. That changes a lot of the strategy, and he doesn't want to come out.
Nope, he's looking at Tom Izzo saying, do not take me out. Tom Izzo is the coach to the player now and says, Mateen, come sit by me. Mike Chappelle will take his place.
You never want to take your quarterback out, but at some point, the wiser head prevails here. And what happens now? The fortune, Charlie Bell haven't played that point. He and Dave Thomas early in the year shared it while Mateen recovered from his foot injury. And now there's not a change in the attitude when this happens. Obviously, it's a down tick from the great pressure that he provides on both ends of the floor, Cleaves.
Jamaal Tinsley shoots one more. Three-point Iowa State lead.
There's their thumbs up. They curl off the post. Nice dive by Bill. Oh, what a great play. You can see the fatigue right now. Iowa State not spacing, not denying the cutters, not in the right position.
The assist to Andre Hutson. He looked like a quarterback on that pass.
Boy, they can play some offense, though. Jamaal starting to dominate without Cleaves in the middle there.
18 points for Jamaal Tinsley. But the answer at the other end is a two-pointer for Mo Peterson.
He's too good to be as silent as he has been. Stepping up twice now.
At the 7-minute mark. Fizer wants it. Granger over to help if he gets it. They work the ball to the left side to Tinsley's hands. Bell guards him.
Nice stuff here by Hutson.
Pick and roll. They find Nurse spotting up for three.
Oh, that Nurse can give you a lot of headaches. Let me tell you. He just gets the puppy squared up.
Underneath, Hutson. Battle on the ball. He was tipped in.
I think Granger. Are they going to say no goal?
They're going to wave it off. I believe they have waved it off.
No basket. You're right, Verne. Now, the problem is, when was the whistle blown? And it's very difficult with the noise factor here at the Palace. Again, the inability to convert and finish around the rim, and this good aggressive basket right here. Tell you what, a lot of things have happened here. Could get locked up for during the course out the street. Maybe over the back is what they saw as Granger attacked.
Stevie Johnson goes to the line. Oops. 1-and-1. Fourth foul on Andre Hutson. Cleaves and Hutson with 4. 55-51.
Stevie Johnson has 1-and-1.
Johnson.
Short. Didn't hit anything. Big problem, I think, on the defensive end for Michigan State, Verne. Granger will play Fizer. Everybody has to collectively help him a little bit more.
Charlie Bell, the junior from Flint, playing the point in place of Mateen Cleaves, the senior from Flint. Nurse defensively. Mo Peterson. In and out. Fizer, no. Peterson, floater, no. Forward, Iowa State, and a foul call.
Over the top. I think they may give it to Peterson. And you just see the frustration as he got so close, unable to convert.
Third foul on Morris Peterson. And let's take a look at the data bank. Most wins by a tournament team in a single season without advancing to the Final Four. Kansas in 1998. Kantrail Horton from Covington, Georgia.
Tom Izzo trying to decide when to come with Mateen. And Agani is going to come in. I think they need a little more physical presence, particularly on the defensive end. They keep Mateen to under 5, I would guess.
Anaganye on for Jason Richardson. This is, as we have said, a very good free throw shooting team, and they get to the line a lot. Horton at 77% has one more. A 6-point Cyclone lead. Michael Nurse is looking over at you and grinning. That's how casual he is. Number 53.
He's very relaxed.
Having the time of his life. 6 to go. Chappelle in and out. Peterson, no.
Strong.
Anaganye, he's fouled.
Now size one out. Morris Peterson almost able to convert because of the matchups down in the box. A good aggressive play by Al Anaganye. Getting after it, and this is where Michigan State generally wins the wars. Consistency under the tin to attack and be a presence.
Fizer called for the foul. He picks up his third. Tinsley has 3. 2 starters for Michigan State with 4. Anaganye shoots a free throw. Hits it. Shoots one more. Anaganye, Cleaves, and Hutson with 4 fouls. Shirley on the bench with 4. Tinsley and Fizer on the court with 3. What long moments these must be from Mateen Cleaves.
Oh, absolutely. He's just hoping they can stay within hailing distance. And here, running down. Did they give him the timeout? No. They're going to give it to him.
Yep.
Wow, what presence. A lot of people don't like that rule, but he did have control.
And a technical foul on Tom Izzo.
This is one of those. He's in the air over the line. That's one of those. I don't know if they got to make sure Tom gets in. I didn't see why they called a technical other than if they came over the coaching box. When they get the 2, they would have had the ball anyhow, Verne.
5:49 to go in regulation. 57-52.
Investor's Business Daily. Don't read it. Use it.
When Larry Eustachy was an assistant coach, a volunteer assistant coach at Mississippi State, he met that beautiful woman, Stacy Eustachy. She was a volleyball player at Mississippi State. Married for 13 years and the mother of Larry Eustachy's 2 sons. Betty Boyd and Bob Boyd just to the side. Mateen Cleaves back on the floor with 4 fouls. Kantrail Horton shoots the technical. Bob Boyd, longtime coach at Southern Cal and the mentor for Larry Eustachy, hired him after a phone call at his home in Del Mar, California. Larry Eustachy asking for a chance.
And he certainly took advantage of it. Of course, Bob said he paid him in the dark. It was very dark. Had him stay with him on the road because they couldn't afford an extra room. And right now, Horton able to make those 2 free throws. Well, Michigan State, they've got to suck it up right now on the defensive end. Granger on Fizer.
Tinsley kicks it out to Nurse. Mateen Cleaves guards Jamaal Tinsley.
I think he should take him with the dribble, see if he can cause the next foul.
Kantrail Horton, boy, he's been a force today.
He got away with it. Oh, my goodness. 3-second call on Shirley. But I thought Horton and Kantrail got a little too deep. Got the puppies shuffling. And what happens, you had a 3-second first play of the game, nothing until now. And that's why you saw Larry Eustachy so upset.
Now Cleaves. Granger from way outside. Hops one.
And Cleaves took the hit. Marcus Fizer ran right over him. Well, you find out what you got under the shirt.
Fizer gets a belly from Granger, the return pass. Help from Ngane. Off the glass, count the basket, put Marcus Fizer at the free throw line.
Well, how do you beat a double team, Verne? Just be bigger, stronger, and tougher. But a deep three here. You can see Fizer with the discard. Nylon from deep by A.J. Granger. But the double up in the box, I mean, this is just raw power kiss delight. I mean, he just overpowered two people. Extraordinary.
He is a junior from Arcadia, Louisiana, by way of Inkster Road in Detroit.
Oh, my goodness. Well, I guess they didn't teach you how to stand up in mechanical engineering.
Lane violation after a three-point violation for Paul Shirley. He fell into the lane.
Well, he didn't get an A for standing there. Too overzealous.
Back it comes to Peterson.
And he wanted it. Stepping up. And Granger ran it down, a nice kickback.
Cleaves out on Tinsley. Oh, spin move. The tip, no good. Here comes Cleaves on the run. Nurse is back. Cleaves jumper off the front rim.
Two guys. Too many. Yeah, nice attack. And that one, Mateen getting into the rhythm of the game may have hurried it just a little bit. Sometimes patience. You know, you got numbers against you. Hold it up.
Michael Nurse will bring it across the timeline. Gets a pick from Fizer.
Bad foul. Not a smart foul. I mean, what's going to happen out there? It's a slide by. Go underneath for Charlie Bell. Not a good one by the big fella. Get it. Get your fouls under the rim. And just a little leg extension got him in trouble. 80% on the foul line. Charlie Bell.
Shoots two.
Well, you like to go to war with guys who know how to step up.
Cyclones lead the Spartans by 1 with 4 to go.
You can see where they get their toughness, Michigan State. Did you see Izzo in the background there?
Fizer back to Horton.
Get him down low right now with Granger.
Got Granger. Here's the entry pass and the double.
Nice.
The kick to Shirley. To the foul.
Oh, they got difference of opinion here.
Yep.
Difference of opinion. And they're going to say a block. And you know what, Verne? I think it was. And Tom Izzo to try to contain it the other end. They don't want to. One's going to say I had it first. This could be one of those possession arrow situations, Verne. If they say, let's see what they do. They're going to give it both ways. Right here, you're going to get the dive by Shirley. His ability, and still moving, I thought. A bang, bang, and the double foul possession arrow goes. That's exactly what the call was. And that's an area where you love one official to say, I got it first.
Double foul. Paul Shirley's 5th. Time is called. Possession arrow, Iowa State.
Just when you thought it was safe to leave your car in the parking lot,
something evil will strike. You need a car tough enough to take it on. Chevy Malibu. With a steel safety cage, breakaway mirrors, a 6-layer paint process, and bounce-back bumpers, it's one tough car. Chevy Malibu. We'll be there.
They created their microprocessor in 1971, and the faster their chips have performed, the faster their company has grown. Today, the Intel design is the brains behind the majority of the world's PCs. By the 21st century, their chip could execute 2 billion instructions in 1 second. Where do you find such fast-thinking companies? Exactly. NASDAQ. Stock market for the digital world.
This is a weird one. Guy's got a metal plate in his head. Now he's picking up radio signals on it.
Two outs here on the top of the 5th, score tied at 3. Here's the pitch. A swing and a drive.
Having a few friends over?
A home run by Johnson.
Grab a Miller Lite. It's Miller time.
This is a weird one. This guy's got cable.
In my games, what I'm trying to create are these fantastic experiences that kind of go beyond the experiences of normal life. So what I was doing here was something I'd seen my father do on Skylab to create artificial gravity. Merrill Lynch has managed to allow me to fund my creative activities. John's listened to me as an investor. He's been able to understand my needs and engineer a plan to get me there. My next goal is to be able to buy a flight into space.
Harm thinks he has the perfect defense, but Mac is a surprise witness. His girlfriend.
This is a blatant attempt to put the focus on me.
All new Jag, CBS Tuesday.
Well, Verne, it's a real bang-bang play. Shirley's going to dive. Over here, we're going to get the official calling the charge. Bell's going to move in. A double foul situation. Possession arrow going Iowa State. Now, that's a bang-banger. I initially thought, and we're just going to see this now. Watch the step up, and then we're going to have a gathering as both officials, Lonnie Dixon from the left, Frank Pizzoni made the charge call. Falls Shirley.
The possession arrow, Iowa State. Charlie Bell picked up his 4th foul. Howell Shirley his 5th. He's out of the game.
And they go matchup, particularly with, let's see what they did. Got Granger down on Fizer in the matchup. Zoned by Hutson in the rear.
Nurse with a runner in the lane. No, too strong. Andre Hutson chases it down for the Spartans. Cleaves guarded by Nurse.
A little flare for Peterson.
Granger gets it back to Cleaves. And now the 2 seniors from Flint, Cleaves and Peterson. Born 12 days apart in 1977. Off the dribble, Charlie Bell, also from Flint. Michigan State leads.
And how about the organization skills of Mateen Cleaves? The initial set broke down. He called for the high pick, turned the corner, the delivery. Drive, draw, dish.
Tinsley looks for the pick from Johnson. Now the entry pass, Fizer. Double, nope, rebound, Hutson.
What a nice job by Hutson to go tall and not foul. I think, Tom, they want a timeout here. Let's see. Tom Izzo calls it.
Tom Izzo got it. 2:17 to go in regulation.
Okay, sweetie, on your toes. Swing through the ball, through it. Eye on the ball, hun. We're working on the forehand. Okay, let's try backhand. We'll work backhand. Okay, you just need to connect with the ball. Let's stay in the game, sweetheart. Now, don't be afraid to charge the net.
How do you plan on financing your retirement? Conseco's annuities have tax advantages that can help. Conseco, step up.
Well, Verne, Lundquist, now they go matchup here. What we're going to see is the high side, then we're going to see Hutson looking to help. It's all the match, and now being as tall so that you don't initiate contact. Verticality maintained, and the rebound, and Hutson has been magnificent.
2:17 to go. Team fouls 12 and 11. Iowa State with 2 timeouts left. Michigan State with 3. The Spartans have the possession arrow. 2:15 remaining.
A little double for Peterson. It's the same play they ran earlier. Turn the corner and look. Nice back.
Cleaves alley-oop.
What a setup off the timeout. The step and go. How about the hops?
Fizer for 3. Bell on the floor, got it.
Great rebounder for a guard. I still think you got to run your offense now if you're Michigan State. Don't delay too long. Get them organized. 15 seconds, start your offense so you don't get stuck with a stressful jump shot.
Cleaves pump fake. Back to Peterson.
So now they got a second chance because they started early.
5 on the shot clock. Foul called.
I believe it was Michael Nurse with the body. Well, when you call a timeout, you got to have organization and understanding. This is just incredible. This setup off the timeout by Tom Izzo. The fake like you're turning the corner. Now look at this catch, the coordination. Send it in, Mo P. The Flintstones above the 10. I mean, that's just extraordinary ability, but more so the call, the ability to manufacture. One more.
His mom, Valerie, and his dad, Robert Morris, I beg your pardon.
Got to score quickly, Verne. Pick and roll.
Off the glass.
Oh, what a rebound.
In the lane. Threw it up deliberately on the glass. Spartans. Mateen Cleaves is fouled by Michael Nurse. Thursday night, Michigan State held Syracuse scoreless in the last 5 minutes and 55 seconds. Tom Izzo's team is on an 11-0 run right now.
And Verne, with 11:50 to go, I wrote a note to myself, 48-40 Mateen time. They started to run their offense. Countered at Iowa State, rushed a couple of jumpers. Look at the help defensively.
Nurse for 3. Yeah! I don't like you, my little guy. Michael Nurse cans a 3. Timeout. Iowa State.
My dad was a coach at Georgia School for the Deaf. I grew up in an environment where deaf kids kind of adopted me in their culture.
Thank all of you for coming to the camp today.
When I first went to Merrill Lynch, I was very impressed with Steve Malone. He was very easy to talk to, and he listened well.
So it's important for all of us to listen well and to cooperate. Every day you're building your future.
Spartans up by 3, 44.2 remaining in regulation. The CBS Sports Line stat of the game. For only the second time this season, Michigan State is going to be out-rebounded in a ball game. The other time, Wisconsin, they won that one.
Michael Nurse, this is not what you'd call home here, but making a house call. The presence of mind to call after the 3, the knockdown shot, and oh, the worst seed of all. You're in anguish for your hubby.
Lupe Izzo married Tom Izzo in 1991. Best man in that wedding was Steve Mariucci, the 49er coach. Here's Cleaves. Mariucci told Tom Izzo today, I've got an appointment tonight at a high school. I'm not getting there until this game is over. He's watching in the Bay Area.
Well, he's still there then. Nice giveaway, maybe a little quicker by Iowa State. Stretch the game. This was a high level of involvement. I mean, both clubs, both coaches. You can see the tape work, the analysis, the preparation. And time to go before they sleep.
Morris Peterson shoots 2. My, how far he has come since his first year at Michigan State. Sat out as a medical redshirt his first year, broken thumb. His mom played basketball, Valerie, at Mississippi Valley. She called Tom Izzo midway through Mo's second year and said, "Coach, talk to my son. He ain't playing any defense."
Well, he's playing a lot of offense now. He broke that wrist 3 years ago, and boy, it changed his whole career. Quick hits, and you got to help. Don't foul, and obviously you want to challenge the jumper from here. Don't give this little guy, Michael Nurse, any room. Making him use time.
Kantrail, Horton launches one. No. Back to Fizer. Off the mark.
And I believe it was Fizer. Oh, they got a technical foul. Oh, don't, Larry. No, 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 no. Please. Where are the assistant coaches? Where are the assistant coaches to calm them down? They should have been right behind him, Verne. And now he's out of the game, Verne. 2 technical fouls and a class act going over to both Tom Izzo, Mateen. Please, but your assistants must get up and protect. Terry Carroll and Leonard Perry just in amazement, sitting there. And what a shame to leave a game with this flavor and this taste.
Sad ending to a marvelous year for Iowa State.
Oh, Verne, that takes the heart out of me. I mean, it really, one of the terrific performances by a staff and a team, and you can just see Stacy. You know, you want it so much as a coach. 4 fouls now, plus the ball. But to me, I'm perplexed. I mean, I think it's your responsibility as an assistant coach to get after your guy and help him in times of crisis. I mean, you just want so much. And I'm sure they were in shock, in fairness to them. This is the one that they felt there was a legitimate foul on the long jumper. And Fizer really got over the top, but I think it's just a build-up. You see it's over, and that dreadful feeling overcomes you, and you lose a little control.
Foul was called on Michael Nurse, his 5th. Marcus Fizer, the junior. Andre Hutson, who's had a splendid game tonight. The one national championship won by Michigan State. Magic Johnson, Greg Kelser, Zay Vincent. The head coach then was Judd Heathcote. They are going back to the Final Four. They will be favored to win the national championship. Will this be the last game for the junior at Iowa State, Marcus Fizer?
And you look at Tom Izzo there, a no-nonsense guy. He demands. He's got deep feeling, compassion, a great work ethic, a firm hand, and really some total love and concern for his team. But this is just almost like it took the air out of you for Iowa State. And a magnificent effort under duress by Michigan State as they came back to seal this one.
They were the preseason pick of many to win the national title. They lost Mateen Cleaves for the first 13 games. Lupe Izzo, their 5-year-old daughter Raquel. That's the contrast with the emotional state of Stacy Eustachy right now.
Letting all the starters get a round of applause, and when it sinks in, it's terrible.
The Cyclones of Iowa State, picked by many to finish dead last in the Big 12. They win their first conference championship since '45, but they fall short here and lose to the top seed, Michigan State. Yet again, the scoreboard will not tell the story. The final margin, 11. Mateen Cleaves, Morris Peterson, A.J. Granger, the 3 seniors, still have a dream alive.
Just a wonderful game, and I'm left speechless somewhat, Verne, by the way it ended for Iowa State.
Michigan State will advance to Indianapolis. They will take on Wisconsin for the 4th time this year. They beat them twice in regular Big Ten play, again in the Big Ten tournament. They get Wisconsin next Saturday. Players of the game for Chevrolet. Michael Nurse for Iowa State with 17 points. Andre Hutson, 17 points and 11 rebounds for Michigan State. Final score, 75-64. Spartans win their 30th. Greg and Clark and Bobby Crimmins in a moment.